Welcome back, my friends, to another video of the Patriotic Pickup. It is oil change time. Actually, it's past oil change time. When I first got this truck, it had been sitting for several years, so when I got it home, soon thereafter I did an oil change on it. My intent was to then do another oil change a couple months later in order to get out all of the stuff that had been stirred up after having been sat for so long. I never did, and now it's a year later. So it's time for an oil change. I have the jack under it, 2 jack stands, so we're good there. The plug on the oil drain pan is on the passenger side, which is why I have it like that, so I can try to get as much oil out as possible. So yeah, I'll see you under there. But first I'm going to let it run for about 5 minutes just to get everything circulated, get the oil warm so it drains faster, and then I'll see you under there. Okay. And while we're waiting on the oil to warm up, now would be an excellent time for you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go ahead and like this video because I know you're going to like it, and if you don't, well, like it anyway, please. Thank you. Welcome to the underside of the Patriotic Pickup. Thank you for joining me down here. I know it was hard to get to. It was for me. There's the oil drain plug. I've got my oil catch pan here. I've got gloves that I'm going to put on before I crack it open and get oil all over myself. And I got my oil filter down here. I've got my oil filter wrench down here. And I think we're ready. Are we recording? Yeah, okay. Oil pan's in place. Please don't strip the bolt. I didn't over tighten it last time, did I? There we go. Alright. Come back here. Come on. There we go. Focus. I want to catch this on video for posterity. There we go. Yeah, it has needed changing. I don't know how many miles I've put on it, but don't tell me it's slowing down already. That did not seem like enough oil. I know I wasn't low. Well, let's see. Where can I put this? Okay, fine, I'll put it there. That does not seem like it was enough oil. Well, I'll let that keep drizzling out for a little bit. I might lower the truck from being jacked up like this. I might lower it and see if that gets any more out, and then I'll jack it back up and get back under here. Alright, I lowered it, and it really didn't make much more come out, so that just doesn't seem like a lot of oil. Anyway, alright, so we'll go ahead and clean around this. And then I'll wipe off the, shaking you around too. And then I'll clean off the bolt and go ahead and put it back on, and then I'll bring you back when I change the oil filter. Now I know you're supposed to replace the washer on there, but yeah, whatever. And you're supposed to torque it down to a certain amount. Yeah, whatever. Just don't over tighten it. Just, you want it tight enough so it doesn't just come out, but you don't want it too tight that it actually gets stuck and snaps. That'll do. Be careful when working under vehicles. I just tried to scoot up and I hit that with my shoulder. That was very unpleasant. Anyway, so the oil filter is up here. Kind of hard to get to, kind of hard to see. And it's probably gonna drop a bunch of oil when I take it off, so I need to bring the catch pan back over and move my head out of the way. So if you do let your engine warm up before you change the oil, be careful with this, because you might end up hitting something hot with your hand, and that would not be good. Gotta see if I can get it off with my hand first before I use the wrench. Nope, okay. Wrench. Why do they call it a wrench when it's technically more like pliers? Is it righty tighty, lefty loosey, upside down? Is like this way? Okay, that's loose enough. Get the rest by hand. There it goes. Oil everywhere. Okay. Now is a good time to actually confirm that you have the right size. So 387. Set that down over there. 3387A. Was there an A on this one? Yeah, there's an A on that one. Alright. Okay, so oil. Alright, so the way you're supposed to do this, if I can open this with one hand. The mosquitoes found me. Alright, so that black gasket around the outside, they recommend that you put some oil on it to help seal against the engine. So unfortunately my clean oil is up top, so I'm gonna have to get out from underneath the truck and go do that, and I'll come back. But before I go bother with that, I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way, and I'm gonna come back over here, and I'm gonna, even though I can't see, I'm gonna find a clean spot on my rag, semi-clean spot on my rag, somewhat clean spot on my rag, and reach up here and clean, just wipe around the, there'll be like a little post that goes in the middle of the filter, so I'm just wiping around that, you know, about an inch away from that. Well, I'm wiping the whole area, but about an inch away from that is where the that gasket would seat against the engine. Turn to another semi-clean spot. Wipe some more. Just get it cleaned up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's going to get more oil on it anyway. And of course, me having OCD, wanting everything perfect, I have a hard time with that, saying that it's good enough, instead of getting up there with like a Scotch-Brite pad and some degreaser and cleaning it. But to be honest, it doesn't need to be that clean. It doesn't need to be that good. Sometimes close enough is good enough. Alright, I gotta crawl back out from under this thing. not sponsored, but Havoline, if you watch this, I do like your oil. I mean, it works. It's oil, and it's also cheap. Cheaper than the Walmart brand. The Walmart brand is only 5 quarts, and it's like $1 less than this. This is 6 quarts, so for $1 more, you get a whole nother quart. All right. Well, all right. So we have the filter here, nice and clean on the inside. That ain't gonna last. All right. Let's see if I can get pinky down. Alright, so oil. Oh, you're down there. Alright. Clean oil on my pinky on the gasket. Go ahead and put the cap back on this so I don't spill it. Alright, here we go. Gonna try to get up here while recording without hitting my shoulder again. We're getting in the oil. Okay, so somewhere up in that void is where the filter goes. And I'm gonna set the filter down real quick. I'm gonna reach up there, confirm that it's hello? That's not it. Where did it go? Where? Oh. No. Now wait a second. I know. Oh, it's down here. I scooted up too far. I was too far back. Alright, so somewhere up in this void is where it goes. Yeah, right there. So we'll try to wipe it one more time, just to make sure it's clean-ish. Where'd it go? There it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Alright. Wiping the threads of the center post, and then the where the ring sets again, and a little bit in the middle where the oil actually flows. Alright, good enough. Alright, so oil filter, clean one, go up, wait, trying not to hit everything on the way up. They also sometimes recommend that you go ahead and fill this with oil as you're putting it on, but mine goes on the side of the engine like that, so all the oil is just going to pour out if I do that. The ones that actually attach to the bottom of the engine like this, you can fill it up, pre-fill it with oil, and then go ahead and screw it on the bottom of the engine. But like I said, this one, since it's sideways, it doesn't really work like that. So we just do what we can. Where did the thing go? There it is. Alright, so tighten it on, You don't want to over tighten it. You don't want it too loose. Let's see. And you don't really want to use the wrench to tighten it either, because then you're going to over tighten it. So just a little bit like that. And that should do. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, I got that back on. I got the oil filter changed. Okay, so now I'm going to lower the truck and we can refill it with oil. Alright, so the oil says to use 5W30, but if you look in the manual, that's for if you actually get down to freezing temperatures fairly often during the winter. I live in Alabama. I wish. So that's why I went with the 10W30. It should help seal things better and last longer anyway, being a little bit thicker. So engine is still warm. Funnel. Oil. Can I do this with one hand? Yeah. And I'm gonna stop there and check it. Not touching yet. I know you can't see that, so just trust me. Alright. A little bit more. Probably about the same amount that I did just a second ago. And then let it sit a second. I hear noises. Why am I hearing noises? No leaking yet. I shouldn't say that. Okay, we are on the dipstick now. A little bit more to reach the operating range. Just a little bit. We'll do half a quart. Half a quart. Half a quart. Still getting weird sounds. A little bit more. It's always easier to add more than it is to take some out, so. Just go slow. Keep checking. Alright, we are within the operating range. I guess I'll call it here, because now all I gotta do is clean up. So, thank you for joining me in this video. I might not publish this until I actually check it again next week. So, actually, maybe I shouldn't be thanking you yet. Well, no, I can go ahead and thank you. Go ahead and thank you for joining me, and then I'll just thank you again on the same episode. If there it is. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Did I say that you were excused? No. You have to wait until everybody else in class can leave. Alright. So anyway, I have no idea what I was saying. Anyway, I guess I'll see you next week then. Alright, here I am a week later, and since I did the oil change last week, I've put about 80 miles on it. I reset my tripometer when I get gas, and I got gas. It was either right before or right after I changed the oil, I can't remember. So it's either 71 or 87 miles. But anyway, I've been roughly 80 miles since changing the oil. And so it's mixed it up. It is somewhat dark, you know, from having mixed in with the oil that didn't drain out the last time, but I'm just going to leave it for now. I'll probably wait a couple months and then change it again. Or maybe I'll do it next weekend. No, I can't do it next weekend, but maybe the weekend after that. I don't know. I'll see. But it's definitely better than what it was. You can read the wording through it. So, alright. Thank you for joining me. I'll upload this video as soon as I can. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, go ahead and do so, whether you liked it or not, please. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions, any advice that you have for me, anything you'd like me to see me looking into for the truck. I'd appreciate it. And I think that's everything. Yeah, okay. See you later.